Hey everybody, Alex Kozora from SteelersDepot.com, and if you're watching this, you may or may not know that there is no terrible podcast today, Friday, or Monday, this upcoming Monday, while Dave Bryant is out of town. So I figured, and we mentioned this on the podcast, in its place, I'd do a short video, either talking to the tape or, for today's purposes, me just talking to you guys. So a worse version of the podcast probably, but wanted to get some sort of video audio content out there to you guys. I might do, well, we'll do something for Monday. I don't know what yet. I might do a video talking to the tape. If there's something you'd like to see specifically, I know I've asked you guys already. I've gotten some good feedback, but for anyone who hasn't heard me ask yet, if there's some sort of film breakdown you'd like to see, let me know. The only issue I'm going to have right now is just Game Pass is doing an update, and I got to make sure it works, my software and stuff like that. I haven't tested it yet, so I can't guarantee it's going to work right away while I kind of figure out the bugs of their new update. But for today, I wanted to talk about something that I've mentioned, I've written about a little bit. I wanted to expand on it a little bit and get your guys' thoughts as well. Can we please stop talking about New England? I don't know if it's just because it's the dead of the offseason right now, and it's been, for Pittsburgh, a relatively drama-free offseason, but it's just been, I feel like I'm a Patriots fan right now, because every day I'm reading a new article or seeing some new comment about the Patriots, and if Pittsburgh can beat them, and if they're good for the league, and this and that. It's got to stop. Of course the Patriots are the favorite in the AFC to win the Super Bowl, to beat the Steelers. There's no doubt about that. They're a great team, and they're always going to be the litmus test for how good Pittsburgh is. As long as Brady and Belichick are around and Ben's around, it's always going to be the litmus test. I don't deny that. But there's been this obsession about talking, about can Pittsburgh beat New England, and did they add enough pieces, and what has New England done? It's not productive right now, and it's gotten to the point where it's annoying. I get a little bit of discussion about it because it's the off season, and it's going to be kind of one of the top storylines for Pittsburgh heading into the year. But this team, these Steelers, are not hyper focused on New England. Their goals are not set on one team that does not play in the AFC North, that in theory at least they're not guaranteed to see in a playoff game this year, whether that's New England not making it, Pittsburgh not making it, or both. So the Steelers' goals are simple, and they're focused on things they can control and things that they, that's either in their destiny or things that they're guaranteed to see. Winning the AFC North, that means beating Baltimore, beating Cincinnati, securing home field advantage. Things like that they know are in their control, things they know are going to happen. Of course, you want to beat New England on this regular season slate, and when the time comes for that game, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be intense, and we're going to talk our butts off about, is this team better than New England, or at least can they match up against New England, or where do they falter? And, coming out of this game, like I said, it'll be a good litmus test. But, my philosophy is this. If you don't focus on New England really at all until you play them in the regular season, you have a good shot to see them in the playoffs. If all you do is focus on New England now, you have no shot of seeing them in the playoffs, because that's not where the energy is supposed to be. It doesn't matter if you beat New England in the regular season or lose to them. If you falter elsewhere and you lose your AFC North games, or you have the struggles down that tough second half of the schedule, New England's not going to matter at that point. We're going to be talking about a million other things. So I just think, again, I know it's the off season. I know that there aren't a lot of juicy storylines to talk about, but I think everyone has gone overboard about this, New England, and if the Steelers have the pieces to beat them. I want to talk about Steelers. I want to talk about how the Steelers can get as good as possible. So should they meet New England in the playoffs, have they taken the strides necessary to beat, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? To be clear, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they have, and I probably will never pick Pittsburgh to beat New England until they prove it. As long as Brady and Belichick are intertwined. But it's about building the team now. It's about beating Cleveland week 1. It's about getting ready for training camp. It's not about New England. Those are storylines that will be important, when they match up in the regular season, and definitely will be important come any potential playoff run. But that's all hypothetical right now, and hypotheticals don't get you there. You have to take the action and take the steps that are in the short term and the things that you know you're going to encounter. So the NFL is tough. We know that it's a fine line between an 11-5 team and a 9-7 team. You're going to have some really close games. So I prefer to hear and learn about the current actual version of the Steelers and not about on paper stuff. Can they beat New England? Is New England good for the league? Did they get better? How much better did they get? I just kind of find it annoying and trivial and just not where the focus should be at this point. So that's my thought. I mean, it's nothing, earth-shattering, and I think a lot of you agree. And hopefully we can get back and talking about actual Steelers substance. And I understand the irony in me talking about don't talk about New England. I'm continuing to talk about them, but I don't. This is my rant about it, and hopefully I'll shut up about it from there. But that was my thought. I've just seen so many articles and players get asked about it, and one player gets asked 10 times, so he finally gives an answer. Now there's a big story about it. Ryan Shazier's comments about the Patriots are a problem for the league. I really didn't read those comments. I just saw the headline because who cares? I don't think Shazier even really cares. He was just giving an answer to probably give an answer and try to move on with it. So focus on Pittsburgh with training camp six weeks away. Week 1 against Cleveland. Short-term goals, things that are in your control, things that are in your grasp. You deal with, playing New England in the playoff run when and if the time comes. Because again, if you focus so much on that now, it's never going to happen. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Am I wrong? Should we be focusing more on New England since they are, the Super Bowl champs and the team that Pittsburgh has never really been able to, overcome in a playoff run? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts, or maybe you agree and you think that it is overkill. And while beating New England's important, it's not the focus for right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know again what you want to see for any film room that we do for Monday's fill-in of the Terrible Podcast. The Terrible Podcast should be back for next Friday, so a week from today, when Dave gets back, and we'll have maybe some more to talk about then. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tune in and keep reading Steelers Depot throughout the weekend and this upcoming week. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll talk to you soon.